we'll start to get nice and warmed up with our cars. Let's start in a quad position. Start with spinal segmentation. So we're just gonna go 3 each way. Stack those wrists under the shoulders, knees under those hips. And let's start from our lower back. So we're slowly moving to extension, doing our best to move 1 vertebra at a time. And start back at that low back, pushing everything away. Exhale when you get to your max flexion. 2 more. Just take your time. Think like you're squeezing those hands and knees close to each other. Squeeze that extension, head comes up last. Start back at that low back. Breathe and flex, push everything away. 1 more here. Doing your best again to move 1 vertebra at a time. Back at the low back. Exhale as you push everything away. And perfect. Okay, so we're gonna hit our wrist and elbows. So we'll go 1 at a time to start. So remember with the wrist, think like you're holding a cell phone on your forearm and don't let it fall. Okay, do your best to keep your fingers in line with your palm. And we're just gonna go 2 each way to start. So we're gonna go down, in, up, out. 1 more that way. Just move it nice and slow. Up, out. And then let's take it back the other way. Down, out, up, in. Good. Once more. Down, out, up, in, and finish. Okay, let's switch to the other side. Glue that elbow, and we'll start to move down, in, up, out. And we're moving through your max safest range of motion here. We don't want any pain while we're doing these cars. And then let's take it back the other way. Down, out, up, in, down, once more, up, in, and nice. Okay, elbows next. So we're gonna go 3 here. So again, glue those elbows to the sides. We're gonna start to come up with the hands. You just see the hands should be outside of the shoulders. Flip, now they should be inside of the shoulders. Straight down, straight back up, flip, and back down. 2 more like that. Up, in. Just doing your best to keep those elbows nice and tight to the sides. Slightly forward as we come up, out, down. Once more. Up, in, down, and then right back up, out, down. Perfect. Okay, we're gonna get our knees and ankles. So we'll go both on one side, then switch. So if you wanna grab your hamstring here. So right now, we're gonna try to rotate the tibia in and out. So our full car, we're gonna come out, extend the leg up as much as you can, rotate in, back down. Once more, out, up, in, down. Now keep it there. We're gonna go right back up, out, down. Once more, in, up, out, down. Okay, now if you wanna grab the front of your shin, now we don't want the lower leg to rotate. We're just gonna do a couple ankle cars. So we're gonna go down, in. As you come up, spread the toes as best as you can. Come out, peel them down together. As you come down, in, spread as we come up. Peel them together as we come down. And then let's take it back the other way. Down, out, spread as we come up. In, peel them together as you come down. Once more, up, spread, in, peel, and relax. Nice. Okay, let's switch. So grab that hamstring. Whole lower leg, we want rotating once more. So let's rotate out, extend up, in, and down. Straight out, up, in, down, and then keep it right there. We're gonna go right back up, out, down, once more, in, up, out, down. Okay, grab that shin, 2 ankle cars. So let's come down, in, spread those toes as you come up, peel them together as we go down. Once more, spread as you come up, out, peel them together as you come down. And then we'll take it back the other way, down, out, spread as we come up, peel them together as we come in. Once more, out, up, spread, in, peel them together, and down. Nice. Okay, so first base position, we're gonna be working on extension of our wrist, okay? So we'll be here in a quad position. Now this can get a little intense for some people, so just kind of play with what feels good. But you want to get to a place where you can't lift your fingers off the ground. So what it's going to look like is you're just going to shift forward until you get a nice stretch in the front of those wrists. Okay, feel free to have like a pillow or something under your knees if it's too intense in this position. You can also do this on the wall, which is just fine. Okay, but we're going to be here. So I'll explain pails. So pails, what you're going to do is you're going to be driving your fingers down into the ground. Rails, you're going to be driving the bottom of your palms into the ground and trying to lift the fingers off the ground. So if you were to come out the in range, they would actually lift. Okay, so we have 2 sets of pails and rails, 50%, 75%, and then we're going to do some passive range liftoffs, cars, and we'll go to elbows. Okay, so we'll start this first set. So we're going to take a big breath in. Brace your core and slowly start to drive those fingertips down into the ground at 20% max effort. Double how hard you're pushing, 40. See if you can push a little bit harder, 50% and hold. We're going 20 seconds here. So just breathe, keep that tension nice and heavy down into the ground. Last 10. If it gets too intense, feel free to let up a little bit. But we got 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax, stay in the stretch. Now right to rails. You're gonna drive the bottom of those palms down and try to think light on the fingertips. So whenever you're ready, 3, 2, 1, try to lift up very lightly. This can get super intense. But you just feel a nice contraction on the back of those wrists. Again, thinking light on the fingers, heavy in those in the bottom of your palms. Keep the tension. We got 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay, see if you can sink a little bit deeper into the stretch by either shifting forward, but if it feels good where you're at, stay there. That's just fine. We're gonna go one more, about 75% of our max effort, and we're just gonna hold for 10 seconds today, both pails and rails. All right, so here we go. Big breath in, trap that air in the belly, and let's slowly start to drive those fingertips down into the ground once more, 20% max effort. Double that tension, 40. Harder, 60. Your whole body's driving a little harder, 70, and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax. Okay, right to rails. 3, 2, 1. Try to lift those fingertips off the ground and hold for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Slowly relax, stay in that stretch. Okay, so we're gonna go 5 passive range liftoffs here, okay? So you're gonna initiate a rails contraction. We're gonna hold the tension and we're gonna hinge back until the fingertips barely come off the ground. Okay, we're gonna hold each one about 3 to 5 seconds and we have 5 reps. So here we go. Initiate your rails, so light on the fingertips. Hold the tension as we hinge back. Fingertips will come off, hold, relax. Okay, 4 more like that. Initiate your rails, light on the fingertips, heavy in the bottom of the palms. Sit back until the fingertips barely come off the ground and hold and relax. Last 3. Initiate that rails, hold that tension, hinge until those fingertips barely come off, hold, relax. Last 2, big breath, light fingertips, hold that tension, hinge back until they barely come off, hold, relax. Last one here. Initiate that rails once more. Drive, hold that tension, sit back until they barely come off, hold, and relax. Nice. Okay, we're gonna follow up with some cars here. We'll go both at the same time, okay? So let's start to come down, in, up, out, down. Good, one more that way. Just take your time, moving through that max, safest range of motion here. Good, let's take it back. Yeah, if this is your first time doing wrist, I know this can be very intense. Down, out, one more, up, in, down, out. Perfect. Okay, take a second, shake it out. And then we're gonna move, we're working on elbow pronation today.